Hey YouTubers, it's the American Samurai coming to you once again, almost live in small town USA, back again with another review. Today we're talking about another New England comic, but this time, surprise, surprise, it's not going to be about the Tick. Whew. Sorry folks, it's kind of hot in summer, but we were talking about one of the anthology series that New England Comics publishes today. The reason I'm doing this, I haven't done a video like this in a while, and I'm trying to see if it works with the format I'm going for now. So let me know in the comments if you guys want me to try and go back to the old school fedora and scarf look, or should I stick to what I've been doing? Never hurts to find out. Okay, we're talking today from New England Comics, issue 1 of Berry Terror. Now, what this is a reprint of some early 50s, of some 50s pre-comic code horror comics. It has the introduction by who it is by Bill Devine, the editor. I guess he also did the cover for this particular issue. Has several stories going on. First here is Cursed Castle. In this story, the wife keeps hearing bells, and every time she hears the bells, for some strange reason, she starts acting strange. In one attempt here, we attempt to see her, she actually tries to kill her husband. Eventually they end up visiting a castle, and they find out that her ancestor was very cruel, and he was actually cursed by this dying man. And that curse has gone to her in terms of this madness that is gone. I don't want to spoil anything more about that story, but it was a really good story. These aren't really I want to say these aren't really they're more thrillers than anything else. The next one we have is a Fog Was My Shroud. In this story, an underground worker emerges from the underground to find out that his whole world has been destroyed, and there's basically now a war between survivors. He's worried about his wife, but he does find out that his wife did survive. Unfortunately, she's one of the infected now, and he's not, so he's kind of like a target for them. It has a nice twist ending to it that I thought was really good. So once again, with these stories, I'm not going to spoil anything, because I think if they're worth reading, they're worth, if this gets your interest, it's worth checking out, because it's still available on New England Comics, their website, so it's something you should pick out. Next we have Horrorology, which is one of the articles in here, and this one in particular talks about assorted facts, lore, and all kinds of different stuff with these horology and terrorology tiles they do. Also, they have like a couple gallery here. It then gives you the index for each of the comics they were showing and what stories are in them. And then next one is called In a Lonely Place, and is about a forensic examiner specifically, who is called into a case when this person is found murdered with all their teeth missing. And then later on he commits suicide, and we actually find out the reason for why he did that. This one is more straight up the lines of kind of a murder mystery. And so once again, I'm trying not to spoil anyone. The only thing I'm going to probably spoil here is the last story, Happily Dead. because I think it's unique, because even though it's supposed to be like a terror anthology, it's a story with a happy ending, which I think is pretty rare when it comes to horror stories. But basically, this story is about a man who finds out that by all rights, he's dead, but he's still living. He is basically undead. He is the living dead. And all his trials and tribulations and all the stuff that he goes through, basically trying to live a life for trying to be alive, even though he's technically one of the living dead, because he's not a zombie. He doesn't go eating brains and stuff, but... And then eventually, through some strange twist of fate, he finds like the one woman in the world, and this is the, like I said, this is the only one I'm spoiling the ending to, who's actually dead also. Literally. I mean, it's a pretty, overall, I think I like this story the best out of all of them in this one. The other anthologies they have are Tales Too Terrible to Tell, Teriology, Extinct, which I have both volumes of that, actually, and My Terrible Romance, like 2 of those, and they show the thing for the anti-Hitler comics. I have not read those ones. I do have some of their war comics, though. It seems outside of the Tick, they primarily do horror reprints and some war comics. Overall, I found this very enjoyable. I was surprised. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. I think I've given most of the New England comics I've recommended it. I read a 10 out of 10. But I really liked it, especially, like I said, Happily Dead. It's probably my favorite one of this whole series. But yeah, it's got a lot of information. The comic stores are really good. They're all 50s comics, pre-comic code, I believe. And it actually does, I believe there's an article in here where it actually shows you how the comic was modified from its original. Yeah, here it is. It shows you how they modified the comic later on when they reprinted it as a comic code for the comic code story. So I thought that was kind of cool. I really enjoyed this story. Like I said, it's a 10 out of 10. I highly recommend picking it up. You can get it from Midtown Comics. Or not Midtown. Well, you might be able to get there too, I don't know. But NewEnglandComics.com. Or if you're in New England and you should be near one of the New England Comics places, I recommend picking it up. Yeah, so that was my review of New England Comics, Buried Terror, Issue 1. Maybe sometime in the future I'll look into reviewing another one of these 50s anthologies. They're very interesting. Until next time, this is your friend, the American Samurai, closing the door to the gateway. So join us next time, won't you?